live again, and I'm just going to go around the crowd and actually show what's going on.
I was just saying.
Just one sec, darling, one sec. Sorry. Just having a conversation there with another guy that claims to know the earth is flat. That guy right there with that boxer on. He knows the earth's flat as well. Awesome. Freaking awesome. How encouraging to see. So we've got quite a good few people here talking away. Hi, concerned citizen, thank you so much for tuning in, my darling. Just to let everybody know, I've done an upload on Instagram. I've also done an upload on Facebook.
Every single experiment that's been done in the last 150 years at least has confirmed
the deluxe. Nice to see you.
One
Thank you for tuning in, my friend. That's Ruben. Everybody equals mind control squared. Yeah, we've got a good few people that pertain to know the earth flat that are here, that are willing to talk to people. Loving that talk. Loving. Awesome. Give me a high five for that one. You are the man. I'm loving it. So many amazing people here talking about the truth. No alcohol, nothing else needed, just the air that I'm breathing. Huh? Oh, well, I've got 3 rolls. So yes, if you would like to partake, I'll be over here in about 10 minutes.
Any hole.
Oh, you are the man, man. Oh, love it, love it. It's nice to meet someone else. I'm live just now. Yeah, I'm filming over there. Dave Marsh, the man himself. Calvin. Yeah. I had Dave Marsh at my got down from Nottingham yesterday. I made an absolute kill of it down there yesterday. But like I said, it's so encouraging. They won't once upon a time. This is Calvin.
Howdy, pal. Just filming your t-shirt.
It's awesome, isn't it? Yeah. It's awesome. It is. But yeah, my 15-year-old, my 11-year-old, they've come round now, my 15-year-old. Is there another one in next week? He knows the other once you get something to say, Tom said all that higher purchase, he said when it was back in the day then, it was never and it came and watch it like that. Sorry, my darling. Yeah. And it just goes to show.
So, well, I looked into it myself. It was on television, basically. On television. On TV. I think it was on TV. So I researched the link of a lot. So I researched it. As I talk, and I want you to learn. Learn. But some people just dismiss it. They don't. You've got to look into it. Well, when I was at school, the teacher told us to go, you're not so back to the ground, you know, the work while they're at the top. Yeah, he didn't know he was running a bomb. Yeah. Another thing, that's right, but 1,000 miles an hour is low in the equator. Right. So halfway between that and the top of the globe should be 500 miles an hour. Halfway again, 250 miles an hour. So if you've gone to the Earth rate 250 miles an hour, right? The cheek didn't tell you then you wouldn't feel it. It's that fast. It's 250 miles an hour. It should feel the speed. If you're on a motorbike 200 miles an hour, you'd feel it. And it's only twice as fast. You'd feel it. If you were doing 250 miles an hour. You'd feel it. Part of the road. Yeah. You go anywhere.
See the amount of things you hear things that you think it's just another dot in the puzzle. We're all just collecting one dot. And then you go off on another 10 minutes. In a little bit. Awesome. Yet again, someone else I've never met before. Lovely guy called Calvin. He seems to know a lot about what's going on with the International Monetary Fund and stuff. Just had a really cool conversation with the guy with the red pill in the back.
One red train and a blue train.
Yeah, man. Super cool. It's going good?
Hello guys, how you doing?
Hello, darling.
Oh, so hot today.
Good to see you. Oh, so
Alright, you must be sorry on the video.
Awesome.
It is, isn't it? It's nice today, it's not so hot as it was before, you know?
It's like
It's nice.
Yeah.
The equation has to be perfect.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is,
I don't know what you mean by this. I don't know what you mean by this.
I'm not saying that.
I might get me in the
Did they start the
because they did just finish the island. A bit of luck. Harry's going to be down here.
I really do think
That makes sense. I promise going to end up with a shot.
I promise you. I'm not
I'm going to just do a little quick babe. I'll see you back, okay? No, it's like you've got to go around and say hi. There's so many people here. So many people. So encouraging. Dave Marsh is here again. Dee Murphy is there. In fact, we were just beside him. He's there. Dave Hanna,
yeah, Dave's there. Yeah,
South
yeah,
African guy's there. And a couple of more guys are over there. And Ruben is somewhere as well, my darling. He's down here. In fact, I think
Yeah, I was actually down in your neck of the woods the other day. That's why I sent you an email. Because I said, like, I was on the river, you know, right down there. Well, you're probably busy. You went to
my number.
Yeah, all right, do later.
Facebook, Instagram, actually can get into touch.
Yeah, it was so nice. It was like a couple of weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago, a week ago actually. And it was just so nice on the river there. That's a really nice. We get together before a Sunday. We could do like on a Saturday, yeah. So,
This is famous, isn't it?
so maybe just do
I don't know how it's been going.
definitely. Can you give me details later? Just give me a number and then you'll.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Are you just near the river then?
I'm literally,
I'll bring it out there. And I'm just about 10 minutes by train from there. Super, you know. So. I thought it would be nice if we just group us because we're all getting familiar, just have a chat. Kind of not in this environment, you know? Just real relaxed and whatever. So we'll chat about that later.
Awesome. I love the sound of that. Drinks by the river. I love it. That guy there, I met him literally a week ago.
If they are, they're not as old as it's not the truth either way.
I love it. It's so organic. I'm like, I don't know about how you feel. I feel really good. Really good.
This suggests that we are the central point and we are divinely created by something.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be here for next Sunday, every Sunday in August, and then the last Sunday in July.
So next week,
Next week, all the weekends
last Sunday of every month.
from September.
September.
We're here every
The last Sunday of every month.
Yeah, but we're here every
It's only every Sunday you do.
Yeah.
So next week,
And then every week up until Sunday,
till the end of the month,
Yep.
and then from September, the last Sunday.
Brilliant. All right, my darling. Just giving the people some information. The volume is low. I'm so sorry. I'm going to try and see what's going on here. Hopefully you can hear me. I've actually got a microphone. So, Jason Disbury, if you can hear this on playback, I know you're probably busy, so you're probably not tuned in. Jason Disbury family. You left the microphone at my place when you were down in London. So, I'm going to try and make the sound better. And if anybody is in the chat room, can you do me a favour and can you tell me if you can hear me or not? Hello, my darling concerned citizen, how are you? Can someone tell me if they can hear me or not? Much better. Lovely, Bob. Thank you for telling me that. No one could hear me properly, so I've just had to put the mic on. Give me. That's perfect. Brilliant. Okay. Just let me know if anything goes wrong with the visual or the audio. Let me just let you see. Dave, he is debating with these two guys here. We've got over... He has a YouTube channel called Trinity for All Man, and that's him right there. And that person there is allegedly Dave. They've been here for the last couple of hours. They've been going back and forth with people. And yeah, sorry guys, you know I'm a bit of an amateur, so Lifting the lid, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to try and keep the microphone exactly the same distance at all times. I've got the camera on Dave Marsh at the moment. He has been going pound for pound with people today, explaining everything that he's looked at with the moon. He's a man of information. He's a world of information, actually. He's been reeling it off to people. Really, really, really grateful to have him on board. And like I said, it gets a bit intense. Definitely gets a bit intense. It's a bit heated over here as well. Ray's holding it down. Ray's completely holding it down. Sorry, I'm just filming this one here. Sorry. Okay. It's funny how everybody changes when you put them on camera. Do you notice that? Look how I just moved them all out of it. Yeah? Again. Yeah. Again, there's the troll. See this guy here? Let me just point to him. 1 sec. See him? See that guy right there? Major troll. Major troll. Alright, got a little 5-0 interest over there, little purple interest. Gonna keep it moving. Dave's going in. Alright, once I go up. Lady Onyx, hello my darling, thank you so much for tuning in. And I'm going to try and put the mic up to someone so you can hear what they're saying as well. Okay, 1 sec.
There should be something different. But there isn't. There is not. There is not.
Okay, tell me this.
So,
Why is your weight change depending upon where you're standing?
oh wow. So where have you got this experiment from?
I've seen them do it on TV.
Where?
No, the BBC had a
So
special
you're
when-
saying that, are you saying then we can go to the equator and weigh less?
I don't remember exactly. There was a difference between altitude and a difference of where you were relative to the equator.
Okay, look, well, show me the experiment. Let me get, give me your, or I'll give you my email address. You send me the experiment.
Google it. I think I saw it on BBC.
Well, you know, I haven't seen it. Have you seen that?
Why
Have you
it is?
seen that?
Why it is? Why it is?
Nope, I haven't seen it.
Why it is that when the fruit is ripe, it falls down. It falls, and when it's green, when it's not ripe, it's up there. But the moment it's ripe, and you go for the ripe, it's up.
I think that's more to do with the tree. You know, to do with the tree and the stalk. When the stalk gets ripe, it loosens and it stops.
Okay, I'm hoping you can hear some of that. Very hopeful that you can hear some of that. Okay, so again, I'm just going to pan back a little bit and I'm going to walk around so that you can see from this perspective what's going on. Awesome, I'm glad you could hear it. So in future, when I go up to someone that's interacting, including myself, I'm going to try and be very mindful of what I'm doing with the mic. I want to at least let you guys hear exactly what's being said, especially when it gets to a bit of a crux of a conversation, you know. So I'm going to try and get in a little. Sorry, my darling. Sorry. Just going to try and get in here a little bit.
The higher something is, the taller something is, the further you see it away. That's why a lighthouse is made tall, right? So the ships can see it from far away. That's the reason. So the taller something is, the further you're going to see it. Therefore, the lower the part of the ship,
Hopefully you can hear it.
out of your vision. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and the reason behind it is less likely that something's going to obstruct your vision by being, if it's at a lower distance, it's more likely, let's say I'm trying to look at that bicycle, if it's on the ground, it's likely that people are going to cross. Now, if we lift that bicycle up in the air, we know that no one's really 10, 20 feet. It's not going to obstruct my vision. And that is the logic behind it. It's not.
Well, it's the same as we can look out here.
On the
We can look out
ground,
here. All we
still
can
have
see
the
is about a
same
mile.
perspective.
We can see half a mile around us. But if we had to take a balloon up just 20 meters, 30 meters, all of a sudden we'd be seeing 10 miles, and then maybe further.
Thank you so much, Max DBB. Greatly appreciate you tuning in and listening to what's going on here today at Speaker's Corner, Hyde Park, London. Hello, Vinny TV. Thank you so much to everybody that's tuned in. I greatly appreciate you taking the time out to just see what's going on in the capital city of England just now. We're in London, Hyde Park, Speaker's Corner.
No, but then we can project our vision by using other equipment like telescopes. Okay. So if we now use a telescope, okay, let's stick to the point. I'm not going to get down to lasers, but if we get on the telescope, I can no longer see so far.
Much love to everybody that's tuned in.
Past that point, I was
it's tense today.
no longer able to see, right? Yeah. But how come it still cuts off at the same point?
Actually, we're from the experience that I've done.
Richie B, FE, thank you so much for tuning in. FE Viking, concerned citizen. Much love to you all for taking the time out to see what we're trying to do here in London. We're just a bunch of individuals that have collaborated, come to the capital city, and we're trying to have conversations with people about alternative knowledge, alternative narrative for life. We don't believe that we live on a spinning ball. We know the earth to be flat, and we're out here having conversations with people. We'd like to say that it's a calm, cool and collective conversation, but this is Speaker's Corner. As you can see over there, you've got man standing on an elevation shouting at people. So it's not a calm, cool and collective environment. People are quite argumentative here. It's like an online version, a real life version of what goes on online with the trolls and stuff. There's like real life trolls that come up and trigger you. Certain people here are definitely up for an argument, you know. But yeah, so far so good. We've got some really positive interactions going on. Raymond, Lee L, they're talking to a guy that I've not met before there. But their conversation seems to be going well. Ray and Lee are both in t-shirts that are telling people that we don't live on a globe. And here we've got the awesome Dave Mannell, Trinity for All Man, his YouTube channel is called. And he's been interacting with people now for at least a couple of hours, no break. Bob, I've been to Speaker's Corner. This would be my second time. I went on the 24th of June, and this is the second time back. But this is the third time that some of us have been here. Allegedly Dave, Jason of the Disbury family, John Smith Globely, Trinity for All Man. Quite a few people came back the following week after the 24th. So for them, this is their third time. For me, this is my second time, and for my partner Raymond, this is his first time. I'm going to be here next Sunday. I'm going to be here every Sunday in August. I'm also going to be here the last Sunday of every month from there on in. I hope the wind isn't causing too much of a problem. And yeah, I'm just going to let you listen to what Dave's saying just now. It's quite difficult for me to activate and hold this mic and my phone at the same time without being distracted. So I'm going to start activating in a bit. But starts to get really, really busy, and I think you can see over there we've got quite a bit of a crowd starting to build up, and they kind of move along to this bit here, and they kind of funnel along all the way along there. So yeah, I'll let you hear what Dave's saying now.
I taught it to my children too.
If you were to ring up somebody in Australia right now and they told you it was night time, how would you explain that?
We have, the sunlight that we have has a limited span, so it can only illuminate part of the Earth at any one given time. The known Earth that we experience, we know that it takes 24 hours for the light to travel from one side or one point to reach that same point again. So we know that the light is probably only able to illuminate about half of the known Earth at any one time. Yeah.
The light only eliminates one section of the flat Earth and then moves off to eliminate two.
Well, it's constantly in movement. Yes, it's constantly moving.
This is where I had a problem, is why do we view it as dipping? If it was on a flat Earth and it was spinning around, would it not be just disappearing out of sight rather than rising from the east and setting in the west?
Remember that just like
that flat Earth doesn't quite.
Okay, well remember one of the main reasons given.
Hopefully you can hear him.
Just like the train line going off into the distance, how the electrical poles on the side or the phone poles on the side of that train line, you'll see them setting into the distance. So as things go off into the distance, they lower. If you watch a plane coming towards you, it'll seem as though it's rising, even though it's at cruising altitude. And then as it goes past you, it'll seem as though it's setting again. So that kind of explains how the sun might move. But I've already explained to you I have a very different and more complicated theory about how the sun might be working. But let's just say, to keep it simple at this point, that the sun is small, it's more local, and it only illuminates a part of the Earth at any given time. Let's say 50% of the Earth at any given time. Much smaller than the Earth, just like the Bible says. I'm not a Bible pusher, but the Bible says it very clearly.
I'm loving that. What a healthy conversation. Healthy conversation. I'm good. I'm live at the moment.
Hello there. Nice one. Damien. Yes, I just sent you an email earlier to say, were you guys down here? No, you didn't. No. Only because one of the mates is coming out. So no one here at that point.
We were here from like half 12. Yeah, we were here.
I don't know where he was because he's in the speaker's corner and this is it. So.
Although I will be honest, earlier on today there was massive crowds here. So where we were smaller than most other crowds, it might have literally.
Right, might have walked past. Okay, yeah.
Not as big visually as it were.
Next
Sunday we'll have more massive banners here again, but a lot of people across the country.
Oh, okay. Just doing their old bits all over the place. Yeah.
So next week we're here. Every Sunday we're here. And the last Sunday thereafter, me and Ruben have decided that we need to keep the discussion going.
Yeah, sure.
I think dropping the ball is we've done it for so long. Whether it's chemtrails, whether it's vaccines, whether it's any kind of
yeah.
The ball gets held for so long and then it all kind of goes to that squib and then no wonder it doesn't get anywhere. I think we've now got people that are developing science.
And there's so many more people getting involved, so it's easier to have a really big crowd of people. And if you don't come, someone else is going to be there.
Correct. And I think we've got some of the best researchers, some of the best people that are like even Dave Walsh, the amount of people he's done working on that was doing, and then pertaining to know that because of the work he's done.
Right.
I think the more people we can put into conjunction on that, when they've actually done work and focused across one thing. We've got so many people that have done so much work tracking the sun, tracking the stars. And I think the more people like that can get airtime, just to have a conversation, you know. I think the more conversations that people have, the healthier it is for everyone. Hello?
Sir.
It's in another world. See? He's like daydreaming. No, I'm good, darling. My partner's daydreaming. I think it's quite overwhelming for you, isn't it? This is the first ever time he's been out here.
Oh, really?
You've seen me doing my lives on YouTube before, but you've not actually come out in person. Ray looks a little bit mesmerised right about now. You just look like you're drinking all this way. You okay? Sure. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be here talking about any of this if it wasn't for him supporting me to do it. I think you've got the patience of the saint. Once upon a
time. Straight away, or?
No.
Was you on board straight away?
No. It took a good while to convince him.
It's hard. I was with a mate yesterday, and a little while ago we got into a discussion. We was at the pub, and he said, yesterday he goes, since that, I've been looking into everything. He goes, I've been looking into absolutely everything, but he goes, I can't go with a flat Earth. He goes, it could well be, and I'm almost there. I just can't admit it to myself. This is one thing I can go in with the lies about the government, moon landing, every actor-based reality, whatever it is, but I just can't admit to myself what these things, because it's so ingrained in him.
No, but could he admit?
Sorry guys, I just had to put my phone on charge. My battery was literally about to die. I don't want to leave Raymond on his own for the entire time because he does look a little bit overwhelmed. He's completely on board with the fact that the Earth's flat, but I don't think Raymond knew what to expect when we got up here. And for real, for someone that's not done this before, it is somewhat quite overwhelming. So as much as I'm expecting him to be engaged in conversation, I was just talking to him then, he was like looking around, bless him. It was a little bit like that for me the last time I came here. I ended up having to take a walk. It is overwhelming. It's not like doing activism on the high street where you're outside McDonald's or outside Marks and Spencer's and you're telling people they're going shopping that they've been lied to. Like, the people that are coming shopping here for a discussion are actually quite up for an argument. Right? Look. It's a new set of people that are listening to Dave now. The people that Dave was talking to a couple of minutes ago have now moved on round here. They're talking to other flat earthers now, and now he's got a new bunch of people talking. I'm just going to put the mic up so you can hear him.
This as a place of love or a heaven, but some force has turned this into a form of hell. Some people might be doing really well, have a good job, a good salary, and they might be able to buy nice cars and go on holidays all the time. They think that they are in heaven, but they are living in this materialist hell, and they are simply energy, battery power for this system of mind control and subserviation or usurpation.
Real talk, real talk.
What is the solution for it? For the future mankind, what is the solution?
Well, firstly, you need to understand that there is a crime being perpetrated on you. Until you know that there is a patriarchal system of control that has messed with your mind and your...
He's got a YouTube channel called Trinity for All Man. His name's Dave Mannell.
You will never know that you're...
He's fought in a couple of wars in South Africa as well, military trained. He's been through it all. He's almost 50. He's looking awesome for his age. His beautiful wife, gorgeous son, have accompanied him to support him today. Love that. They're a beautiful, beautiful couple. Lovely. Amazing people.
So, getting to your question, the what? Well, when people realize that they're true divinity, then they will stop buying into the system. They will stop voting for Donald Trump. They will stop participating in all this corrupt systems of control that we have. That's what they will start doing, and eventually, perhaps in a few generations' time, I don't know.
The name of his channel is Trinity for All Man.
God in some. They're true. Let's just say we were sent here on a mission. But the moment you were conceived, your mother was chemically altered so that you never achieved the potential that you were sent here for. Well, I want for my children and my children's children to achieve as much potential as they can. And that does not mean that I want them to go and be bigwigs at the Docklands, right? And be some sort of big city banker. Fuck that. That's all about subserviating and criminally holding back humanity across the plane of this earth.
I was going to say that.
Because the question was asked by the gentleman here. Well, the question was asked, why does it matter? Or what would be the purpose of hiding that? And so the shape of the earth, just like the evolution lie, is about saying that you are not the creator. You are not created. The system is just some lucky random strike.
Can I one minute? The government don't want anybody bigger than them. They wouldn't like...
if you knew that you were the divine creator, right? There is no power higher than you, my brother. There is no power higher than you.
That.
None of the laws. You see this child over here does not have a birth certificate. Why? Because I will not give my child to the government. This is my third child. The other side did.
Convince us. Convincing someone means that you're on equal footing. That means you have to rely on trickery, on deceit. Whereas if I have power over you, I don't have to convince you over anything. I will force you to do my bidding. I don't have to. Let me teach your children. Let me do this,
my brother. But let me tell you that they found out that using whips and chains doesn't work very well. No. But when you get people to buy into their own subservience, right. And on a day like today, a Sunday when they should be resting, they're in they're in shopping malls, wasting their money on Chinese-made crap, so that they have to go back to work on Monday and slave to pay 20 and 30 and 40% taxes. Do you know that when taxes were introduced in this country, it was to pay for World War I and was only meant to be for 1 year? Every year they apply for the same law to steal your energy, my brother.
No dispute.
So you are a slave.
But how does that relate to the shape of the earth? Again, we're talking two very different subjects.
Can I have 1 minute? One quick one. Another point. There might be more land than they tell us.
There might be more land.
Limited land. Yeah. There could be more land. It could be infinite. There could be more land than they tell us. It could be infinite. We don't know. Now, they wouldn't want to tell us that. There's more unlimited land.
Why? Yeah, why? If there's more land, you can grow more.
Okay, here's the thing. Do you believe that Columbus...
Oldest question in the book.
Okay, because what people are sold in history here, so you accept...
Thank you so much, Lady Onyx. You're a darling.
What sold in history here is that the Europeans didn't know of a North America, right? That's what we're told. So those people were therefore, if we accept their history, those people said, hey, there's nowhere to go, there's nowhere else for you to go and explore. Well, turns out those people were lied to. So no, I think that there's a number of reasons why. Okay, let's just, if we accept the premise that 500 years ago people started coming with up with this idea of inventing a globe and putting people onto a globe, why would they have been doing that? Well, religion was losing its on humanity. Religion has always been about controlling the minds of humanity. So what they needed to do was to come up with a new form of religion, a new set of beliefs that would get people thinking that they were still small. And let me tell you, that when you think that you're in a Goldilocks zone, in an explosion that happened billions of years ago,
awesome,
and a lucky amoeba got together with some other amoeba in a slimy pond somewhere, and that's how you came to be here, when you believe that, you no longer realize that you are the creator, that this is your system.
There's 3 points I need to bring up with what you said. The first point is the story of Columbus discovering America. It's a popular misrepresentation, not the actual history that's being taught.
That's been taught.
No, it's not a lie. People remember things selectively. If you read history,
how does half of the American population think that? Most of the people in the world think that.
Stupid. They also believe in angels. They also believe in a lot of stupid
Okay,
things.
so next.
So the second point,
yeah.
I'm starting to forget what I wanted to say. Shit.
That's all right. That's all right.
So the third point being, again, if you're talking about divinity and power, you have to recognize that the conservative governments and authoritarian governments that are ruling most of the world today are actually religious. They're not secular. So if you talk to Trump, Trump is appeasing the Christian right. The conservatives here in Europe are appeasing the Christian denomination. So they're not against the idea of you being divine. And they have nothing to do with this. So again, that's a bit of a contradiction right there.
There's a huge difference.
Sure.
A gulf of difference between divinity and Christianity.
Okay.
I used to be a Christian. I used to be a Christian. Now let me tell you, like all of these Muslims here today and all of these Christians here today, they all think...
Well said, frequencies eliminated. Well said, Lady O. It's so obvious when you see it like that, right? It's patently obvious.
They're right, and they cannot be swayed from that.
I'm going to have to sort my phone out. The battery's not charging properly. I'm going to come back on in 5 minutes. If you're all able to just hang around at a loose end, I promise you I'll be back live again within 10 minutes, all right? Big love. Big love.